Okay guys, going to give you a quick whiz through of Webscorer and how we're going to use it on the race day for timing. So we're going to start the race with a start list. We're going to get the start list from Webscorer itself. It's going to be something that I'll download in the morning once we've finished all our registrations. I'll use my registration lists. And just for the sake of argument, I'm not going to mess around with the swim for Orton one too much. We'll use the postal swim instead. It's just I was messing about with this in the background. So we're going to be doing a mass start. Now I know we've got multiple distances, but that's all fine. Multiple distance, yeah, there. Lap times, relay, all that sort of stuff. That's not relevant, so we're going to leave those switched off. We're going to leave multiple distances on. Now because we're only going to record one distance at a time, we're going to just leave ourselves one distance at a time. So I know for a fact that the 1500 meters was probably the one that most people took part in on the postal swim. So I'm going to minus that and we're going to bin it. We're going to minus this one and we're going to bin it as well. So that we're only left with the one event that we're going to record at one time. This is our racer information. Now on the day we're going to have a racer check-in switched on. We're going to enable that, but for the time being we're not going to bother with that. It's because there's people not here in front of me and we aren't doing the check-in right now. There's no point in doing it. Hardware, everything's going to stay turned off as it is. So as you can see, most of the settings that were coming up here automatically we're leaving as they are. And same again for all of this. What's already switched on, that's what we'll leave. So here we can see everyone who took part in the 1500 meters on the day. These are the other people who were signed up for some of the other distances and they're not taking part. So we can see there's ticks beside their names, no ticks beside their names. And we're going to go to start. So once the hooter goes, that's when we hit the start race button. And here we can see bib numbers. We weren't assigned numbers whenever we were doing the postal swim, but we are going to have numbers whenever we're doing this race. So what's going to happen is the swimmers are going to go out, complete their course, and as they come back through the gate, basically the finishing line, they're going to have to reach a point and shout out their race number. So as the clock's ticking away, let's just say that racer number 4 crosses the line. When they shout their number 4, you tap their name. And you can see here it's gone yellow and it's time locked them in. Once that's been there for about 5 seconds, it'll disappear and you're left with the remaining swimmers in the water. So the chance of you hitting 4 again doesn't exist because the swimmer's not there. Let's say a swimmer's coming across the line and swimmer 2 is about to finish. And yep, swimmer 2 is across the line, they show their number and you go to hit them and you accidentally hit number 3. Hit it again and you can swap their tag and you can hit number 2 instead, and that time will drift across with the accurate time that the first touch was made. If you accidentally touch something and they haven't actually finished, you can just hit cancel tap instead. Stephen Craig didn't finish. That dude's slow. If you're going to have lots of racers coming across the line at once and you're not too sure who's going to make it first, I recommend going to what I did there, sorry. We were on normal view. I went over here then to fast tap view. So if we see a sprint finish where the last 4 swimmers are all coming in at one time, and you can see which swimmers are who, and you can tell who's crossed the line first. You can then hit the time button 4 times, and then you can find out the order of which who crossed. So if I know that number 6, he came across first, then it was 5, then 1, then 3, it'll automatically fill in. The chances of that happening, getting a big group finish like that with more than 2 or 3 people in our event, is going to be quite slim. Most of the distances are big enough that people are all going to spread out. If we're back in normal view, you can see we've got no people left. That means we've got no people left in the water. All of our swimmers have completed the race. They've given a time, and we can go down the bottom to here to race control, and we can click finish the race. So overall, we're going to have our results, and we can see who came in, what time they came in at, and our overall winner there was Trevor. Well done, Trevor. Now, when we're standing at the finish line, we don't really need these results ourselves. The important thing is we pass them on to somebody who will be using them, and that will be somebody in the race HQ who will be looking at these results and comparing them to the people who are doing the stop clock pen and paper timing as well, just to make sure that everybody's results are all matching up with one another. So we're going to go up here to the top corner where it says post, and we're going to email as text document. So whoever is going to be sitting in race HQ will end up just typing in their email address in here, sending it off, and it'll go to them as an attachment, and they'll have all those results there. They'll also have access to a printer, so they can print it all out as well. Makes it very easy, and then they can compare to the other results. But hopefully there shouldn't be too much variation, because we're all going to be standing beside the same finishing line, hopefully taking in the same results, and with some degree of accuracy. These results can be tweaked slightly after the event, so if the two paper results match together and the electronic results are for some reason out of sync with that, we can go back in and edit the results to reflect that more accurately. And it'll be much easier if we keep the electronic ones as accurate as possible, because then we can post them more easily at the end. But that's pretty much it. There's nothing too much more fancy about it. So once that's all done, see if I can move this little box out of the way. That's more or less it. So all we'll be doing then at the end of that is closing this process down, going back to the beginning, and then doing the exact same thing for the different race distance. And of course, we're going to have plenty of time in between to set that up. It won't be a problem. So hopefully that's straightforward enough for you.